Hello, my Basset Hound friends and my Sexum Pie Cuties. Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here, with another brand new studio album ranking. And yes, I did found another obscure band that nobody has ever heard of, or it's a hidden gem of a rock band. And it's a speed thrash metal band, by the way. That's why this band is so obscure. And thought I can tell it to you in my channel. And then everything went downhill after their third album, which I will get to momentarily about this one. The band I'm actually talking about is Hallows Eve, by the way. Yeah, that name. What, you never heard that band name called Hallows Eve? Never? I never have either. So I'm ranking them, all five of them, for the first time on my channel. And I thought this band would be cool, based on their first cover, though. But, huh. I love talking about obscure shit in my channel, and never talked about until now on my channel. And hopefully you'll be interested in this. Well, I'll be ranking the Hallows Eve albums, worst to best. And I'm looking forward to it for the first time. And to let you guys know ahead of time, when I looked up metal archives about Hallows Eve, yes, they split up, by the way. I don't think they're coming back anytime soon. But other than that, let's rank this bitch, worst to best, all five of them. So, here we go. My number 5, worst one for me out of all the Hallows Eve albums, the main ones, is going to be Evil Never Dies. And I like to ask, what the fuck is this? When I first got into it. It has that Tales from the Crypt type comic book cover, which I only like about that. And there's only one song I like from it, which is Looking Glass, and that's it. That's how much of a piece of shit that is. But only a couple of positives. This is still the worst piece of shit that Hallows Eve made after their third album. God, they went downhill so bad. But, yeah, this is considered to be my least favorite. They changed their completely different genre into speed thrash, and went into completely something weird. I can tell you that much. My number 5 for me is definitely the shit fucking pile of Basset Hound shit. Is definitely Evil Never Dies, which it did. My number 4th, which is actually a little bit worse, but it's a tad bit tolerable than that last piece of shit, which is The Never Ending Sleep. And this is their last album they made when they split. Holy shit. I am not a fan of this one either. And yes, this is their last one they made, and they split up, and they couldn't settle their differences, didn't they, with this one? Oh my god, it got worse. But it's so bad, it's a tad bit tolerable, but it's still horrible. But I can tell you the songs I did like from it, which is The Never Ending Sleep, Dance of the Dead, and lastly Through the Dark and Dawn. And that's about it. God damn, this is such an underrated piece of shit and a hidden gem in my opinion, but it's my second least favorite. God damn, they went off the deep end with this one. But they still have a little bit of that thrashness in there with a tad bit of speed, but god damn, this is their last worst one they made. I'm glad they split up for that reason. But yeah, this one's an underrated hidden gem, and that's what I'm gonna stick to it, but it's my second least favorite. Number 4 for me is gonna be The Never Ending Sleep, which it finally slept. Number 3 bronze, here we go. It's called Tales of Terror. Yeah, this one, their very first main release. God damn, I really wanted to like this one, but almost close I did. Almost. And this is their first main studio album they made. God, the production's rough on this one. In my opinion, it's a little bit rough. In the early 80s of Hallows Eve. But songs I like is Plunging to Megadeth. If you get rid of the A, it literally says Megadeth if you get rid of the A. But I had to make a joke about that. But anyway, Outer Limits, The Mansion, Valley of the Dolls Instrumentals is actually pretty cool. Metal Merchants is cool. And lastly, Hallows Eve, including Route. And, Routine, sorry. But yeah, I almost want to like this one, but you end up at my number 3. But I don't like all tracks of this one. But some of the tracks I'm not even interested. But only six tracks I do like from this overall. But it could have been a tad bit better. Number 3 bronze, I have to give it to Tales of Terror. Okay, my top 2. Out of the 5 Hallows Eve main albums I do like, these are my top 2 I really like, and they're all tracks for this one. You might be thinking, which are the top 2, you might ask me. Well, I'll tell you right now. Number 2 silver spot for me is going to be Monument. Yeah, Monument is actually pretty cool. I enjoy the hell out of this one. It's not as worse as the last fucking 3. But yeah, this is their best one in my opinion. Monument is awesome with a chick on the cover like this. With that glowing stare at you. Yeah, I enjoy the hell out of this one. This is actually pretty good. And it came out in the late 80s era of Hallows Eve. And I really enjoyed this one. And here we go. Speed Freak is an awesome song. Sheer Heart Attack Queen cover. Rot Gut is pretty good. Monument to Nothing. Painkiller. The Mighty Decibel, sorry. The Righteous One, and lastly, No Sanctuary. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this one. This is actually a pretty good one. And I think it's the best follow-up to the last one. I will spoiledly say what my number 1 is. But I enjoy this one. Number 2 silver medal spot is definitely Monument. And speaking of my number 1 gold medal most favorite out of all of them, is definitely Death and Insanity. Yes, out of the 5, this is obviously my most favorite. This is the closest Hallows Eve album, their best one they ever got in this one, and the best produced out of the 5. No joke. And I really like this one, because it's their best one, obviously. And, yeah, Death and Destiny is awesome. And, I can't fucking believe they went downhill after that when they split up. And this is their only best one, too, which fucking kills me. Yeah, this is my number 1 gold medal favorite, and to end it off, I'm going to name all 11 tracks, and all of them are good through beginning to end. Death and Insanity, Goblet of Gore, Lethal Tendencies, Obituary Instrumental, Plea of the Aged, Suicide, DIE, Death and Infect, Attack of the Iguana Instrumental, pretty cool, Nephrosis? Yeah, Nephrosis. Nobody Lives Forever, and lastly, Death and Insanity Reprise. Yes, yeah, overall, this is their only best production Hallows Eve album out of the 5. And it's my number 1 gold medal favorite, which is Death and Insanity. And there you go, my Basshound friends and my Sex-on Pie cuties. Yeah, I thought I'd rank another obscure band nobody heard of that's fallen all under the radar. And I finally mentioned it to you guys. If you guys are interested in looking up this band yourself and experience this shit yourself, even the worst ones, holy shit, I really don't like those two overall. But yeah, check it out yourselves. It's on the Middle Archives and shit. And hoo boy. Soon in the future, I will rank more obscure ones nobody heard of, but yeah. Even if they have the H.R. Geiger type album art covers, I'm really interested too. I don't know which bands they are, but I'm really interested in the future though. Anyway, subscribe to me if you have not. Click the bell to get notified and all of my notifications. Also, like and share my first time ranking the Hallows Eve studio albums worst to best, so I get more views and more subscribers. And I will see you, my Basshound friends and my Sex-on Pie cuties, on my next video. Seizure later.